Okay, today we learn the inverse of trigonometric function. Okay, let's look at the introduction of the inverse trigonometric function. Okay, the main function of trigonometric function consists of sine, the inverse of sine, inverse of cosine, and inverse of tangent. Okay, the inverse of sine function, or we can call the arc sine, can be called as arc sine. Okay, it's the inverse of restricted sine function. Okay, where y equal to sine inverse x. Okay, we restrict the domain of sine, the inverse sine, between -1 until 1, and the range between pi/2 until -pi/2. And the second one is the inverse of cosine. So this is the graph for inverse cosine. Okay, we restrict the domain from -1 until 1, and the range 0 until pi. And the last one is, the third one is the inverse of tangent, or the arc tangent. Okay, so the domain is -infinity until positive infinity, and the range is from -pi/2 until pi/2. Okay, this is the properties of inverse trigonometric function for sine inverse, cos inverse, and tangent inverse. I've mentioned this before, the previous slide, and domain and range for sine inverse, cos, and tangent inverse. We restrict the domain and range based on this. Okay, note that the sign of inverse, or the sign of trigonometric function, okay, is not equal to this, the sine x in power -1. It's not 1 over sine x. It's not the reciprocal of trigonometric function. This is another new function. Dia bukan 1 over sine. Untuk ni sine inverse. Okay, this is the domain and range for trigonometric function. Trigonometric function lah. Dia sebenarnya yang kita dah belajar sebelum ni in chapter 1, if we inverse the function, the domain of the original function is equal to the range of the inverse function. Kan, dia terbalik kan. Contoh kat sini awak tengok. Okay, the domain for sine x is -pi/2 until pi/2, and the range is -1 until 1. And we look at the inverse, the domain and range for inverse sine, the sine inverse. Ni dia terbalik. The domain is -1 until 1, and the range is -pi/2 until pi/2. Dia terbalik dengan yang ni lah, the original one. We use the previous concept in chapter 1 to find the inverse of function. Sama juga untuk yang selainnya lah, the inverse of cosecant, the inverse of secant, and the inverse of cotangent. So ni just the graph lah kan. Okay, to solve the inverse of trigonometric function, we must use these trigonometric identities. You all boleh list down this formula lah, these three formula, the fundamental identities in trigonometry. Okay, in final exam, the list ni semua ada dalam appendix. Tapi untuk memudahkan awak ni sebab ODL, so awak boleh senaraikan lah. Okay, based on chapter 2, apa formula dia. So in fundamental identities, there are 3 formula. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, number 2, 1 plus tangent square theta equal to secant square theta. And the third one, 1 plus cotangent square theta equal to cosecant square theta. And okay, number 2, the double angle identities. Okay, the sine 2x, the sine 2a equal to 2 sine a cos a. And number 2 is for the cos 2a. Cos 2a ada 3 ni formula. Okay, number 3 is the tangent 2a equal to 2 tangent a over 1 minus tangent square a. And the third one is the sum and difference identities. So we have sine a plus or minus b. Number 2, cos a plus minus b equal to this formula. For cos ni, untuk cos ni, cos ni kena alert sikit Cos ni, we minus dulu. For example, cos a plus b equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. If we want to find the cos a minus b, so equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Dekat sini lah, balik. And the third one is tangent a plus or minus b equal to this formula. Okay, how to simplify the expression involving the trigonometric function? Okay, in this course, okay, we use the geometric solution, or we call the triangle, or we use the triangle method to solve this expression of trigonometric function. Okay. Look at this method. Okay, this method, the triangle method, we use the right triangle trigonometric, or the right angle triangle 90 degree. Okay, you have to know the Pythagoras theorem lah untuk yang ni kan. And also you have to know the what is sine A. Okay, sine A is equal to A over C. A is the opposite, ni opposite side. Kena ingat dah ni, opposite over C. C is hypotenuse. Okay, cos A is B over C. B is adjacent. Sebelah over hypotenuse, and the tangent equal to A over opposite over adjacent. And also you have to know you have to apply the Pythagoras theorem kan, to find this hypotenuse. So kan, A square plus B square equal to square root equal to C kan. And also you have to know this formula lah, cosec A equal to 1 over sine. Secant A equal to 1 over cos. And the cotangent A equal to 1 over tangent. Okay, look at example 1. Okay, without using calculator, evaluate cos tangent inverse 4 over 3. Okay, first step we have to let this function this inverse trigonometric function. Kita kena let dulu inverse trigonometric function ya. For example, we let A equal to the inverse trigonometric function, the tangent inverse 4/3. And kita bawa ke sini lah. So we get the tangent A equal to 4/3. Kita nak bawakan, nak jadikan dia normal tangent kan. So equal to tangent A equal to 4/3. So we draw the right angle triangle. Kat sini right angle triangle 90 degree. And then we follow ni lah 4/3. Tangent A is 4/3. Opposite over adjacent kan 4/3. And then we find the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse ni apa? We use formula ni lah. 4 square. We use this formula. Pythagoras theorem. This one. Pythagoras theorem. So 4 square plus 3 square square root equal to 25. Square root 25 and then equal to 5 lah. So therefore, we substitute cos A and tadi tangent A equal to tangent inverse 4/3. So cos A equal to cos A. Cos A is 3/5. Is adjacent, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse 3/5. So this is the answer for cos tangent inverse 4/3. Equal to 3/5. Okay, ada soalan tak?
Tak ada, madam.
Tak ada eh? So kat sini tadi first step awak kena let yang ni lah. The first step kan. Okay, second step awak kena draw the right angle triangle and then apply kan. Draw right angle and find all the side lah kat sini. So step ni semua dikira lah ada markah. Awak punya draw triangle pun ada markah in final exam. Then we look at the second example. Without using calculator, evaluate the cosecant tangent inverse 4/3. Okay, first we let the inverse trigonometric function. Okay, let A equal to tangent inverse 4/3. Then tangent A equal to 4/3. Ini first step. And then the second step, we draw the right angle triangle for tangent A 4/3. Tangent A 4/3. So 4 opposite, tangent is opposite over adjacent. Sama ke apa ni? Lain lah. Okay, so ni the hypotenuse is 5 lah. Okay, the third step. Okay, we apply lah. The cosecant A equal to, we must transform lah this cosecant into another formula kan, 1/sin A kan. So ni kat sini 1/sin A lah. Boleh jadi macam ni. Cosecant equal to 1/sin A. So 1/, sin A is 4/5. The opposite over hypotenuse 4/5. So we get cosecant equal to 5/4. Okay, soalan? Tak ada.
Tak ada, madam.
Okay. The third example, For example, we must apply the trigonometric identities, the double angle formula. Okay, use the triangle method to simplify the sine 2 sine inverse x over 3. Okay, so this one, the first we let the inverse trigonometric function. So we let A equal to sine inverse x over 3 and the sine A equal to x over 3. This first step. And then we draw the right angle triangle for sine A x over 3. Sine is the opposite over hypotenuse, so x over 3. And then we find the adjacent side, kat sini, the adjacent. So equal to, we apply the Pythagoras theorem, the square root of 3 square minus x square. Okay, so equal to the square root 9 minus x square. So this side ni 9 minus x square untuk ni adjacent. And then we substitute into the original question, sine 2 sine inverse x over 3 equal to sine 2a. Masuk kat sini sine 2a kan, ni a dah let sine inverse x over 3 kan. Okay, so we apply the formula, the double angle formula kat sini. The fourth step lah, yang keempat. We apply the double angle formula. Sine 2a equal to 2 sine a cos a. We use the first formula lah, formula a ni. Then masukkanlah nilai. Equal to 2, okay, sine a we get from this right angle triangle. So x sine is x over hypotenuse, so x over 3. And then multiple with cos A is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, adjacent ni kita dapat ni square root 9 minus x square over 3. And then we simplify this answer. We get this answer. Tak boleh simplify kan? Okay, ada soalan tak?
No, madam.
Okay, number 4. Okay, number 4 ni. Okay, number 4 consists of two inverse trigonometric function kan. The tangent inverse to A. Okay, we let A and the sine inverse X. Okay, we let B lah ni. So, okay, let A equal to, okay, first step. Let A equal to tangent inverse 2x. Okay, then the tangent inverse equal to 2x. So, second we draw the right angle triangle for A. Tangent is 2x over, opposite over adjacent, 2x over 1. And then the hypotenuse is square root 4x square minus square root 4x square plus 1. Ini untuk hypotenuse. And then yang ketiga buat ni lah, B, let B. Let B equal to sine inverse x. Another inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so sine B equal to x. Then we draw the right angle triangle for B. So sine is x over hypotenuse, the opposite over hypotenuse. Then we find the adjacent side. Okay, square root 1 minus x square. Okay, this is number 4 for step. Okay, number 5. Okay, cos we substitute lah the cos. So we get the cos A plus B kan. So cos A plus B, okay, we apply the sum and difference formula. Number 5 ni, sum and difference formula for cos A plus B. Okay, we use the second formula lah, B. Second formula. B. Cos A plus B equal to cos A. Cos A, substitute formula yang masukkan dalam ni. Cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. Then substitute dia punya side ni. So cos A is 1 over hypotenuse. Okay, multiple with cos B. Cos B is square root 1 minus x square over hypotenuse over 1. Okay, and then minus sin A. Sin A is opposite to x over hypotenuse. Then multiple with sin B. Opposite is x over 1. Then we simplify the function. Boleh ni? Kena applykan trigonometric identities. Ni penting untuk yang ni. Draw the right angle triangle ni. Ni awak kena lukis lah. Jangan tak lukis. Ni ada markah untuk draw the right angle triangle. Okay, ada soalan?
Tak ada madam.
Ada, boleh faham
Faham madam.
Faham.
Ni bersama lah ni. Okay, number 5. Okay, number 5. Okay, untuk number 5 ni awak let the function with inverse trigonometric function je yang ni. Okay, the question is cos times cos 2 sin inverse 3 over 5 plus pi over 2 kan. Kita hanya let untuk the trigonometric function je lah. Let A equal to ni. First step. Sin A equal to 3 over 5. Then we draw the right angle triangle. Sin A 3 over 5. 3 over 5 kan. 5. Patutnya ni dapatkan 4 ni kan, terbalik ni kan. Patutnya ni 5 square 3 over 5 kan. Ni kat sini. 5 square minus 3 square. Untuk dapatkan yang ni patutnya. And then we substitute third step. We substitute into this original question. So we get cos 2a plus pi over 2. Okay, and then we apply the sum and difference formula. Masukkan ini tadi. Sum and difference formula for cos kan. Dan ni macam biasa lah. Check dulu tak negatif. So we get the negative 24 over 25. Cos pi over 2 is 0. Sin pi over 2 is 1. Okay, 0 yang ni cancel lah kan. Okay, sin 2a. Okay, untuk yang ni sin 2a, you all kena apply lagi another formula lah ni. The double angle formula ni. Double angle formula. So untuk yang ni kena apply dua formula, double angle double angle formula. Kena apply ni sum and difference formula kan. Sum and difference. Formula A. Dan yang B you kena apply double angle formula lah for sin 2A. So sin 2A equal to negative sin 2A equal to negative 2 sin A cos A. Boleh? Kita masukkanlah sin A is 3 over 5, cos A is 4 over 5. Okay, ada soalan ni? Dah habis untuk ni. Boleh extra exercise ni you all boleh jawab extra exercise. Okay, boleh buat tutorial 2. Untuk ni. Ada 20 soalan. Boleh refer tutorial 2 lah. Okay, ada soalan tak? Boleh nampak tak tutorial? Boleh nampak tutorial tu tak boleh nampak. Ada soalan tak ni?
Tak ada madam, tak ada soalan.
Tak ada? Senang kan boleh? Tutorial tu contoh dia ni lah. Soalan in final exam. Sama je macam tadi. You all cuba buat sendiri lah yang ni. Ni ada 20 soalan. Okay, ni as a homework. Okay, so saya tak ada soalan, saya nak pergi kepada second subtopic. Nak rehat dulu ke nak terus rehat 10 minit? Boleh? Rehat?
Boleh madam.
Okay, saya start. Okay, ni boleh buat lah nanti. Okay, saya stop dulu record.